All right, and this is it's a size 22. So I'm gonna put my power tool, put my 22 on this side right here, and put my power tool on the other side. Come on, get on there. Put my power tool on the other side so I could take that down and do the other side. This bolt and that bolt, both ends are 22s. So if you got 22 sockets, I got a bunch of sockets. You can never have enough sockets. At least have 2 of each, because it makes wonders when you have to have, instead of having like, shoot, I only got one, then you try to find something to hold on the side. Have 2 of each, or sometimes 3 or 4 of each. You'd be surprised. And then I'm gonna take my tool. These are wonders. This is from Harbor Freight. It's strong enough to take your tires off. I usually take my tires off, but I also use it to do these heavy duty bolts that I know are put on by machinery, by factory. So stay tuned. Let me take them off and I'll show you the final results. And these is the result. We got this off. Take these nuts off like that. Sometimes you have to take a hammer and beat these out. So let me grab a hammer right quick. Don't mind the empire. I definitely have to get organized. I got so much stuff. And it's like what I do, I collect stuff when it's on sale, because you never have too much of tools and stuff like that. But just I gotta get organized, so don't mind that. But take your hammer, tap it. You gotta hit too hard, just tap it out. You don't want to do too much damage to the threads itself on the screw. Or you have another issue. You're gonna look for some more bolts. Pop out like that. Pop the other one out. Give me a minute, because I think it might try to hang down some. Then with the bolts out, you pull this back as far as you can get it. And then we go up top now. Go up top. Now, another thing I have to tell you guys, these vehicles come with either regular air suspension or what they call a dampering suspension. And what that means is, if you're going to go to the parts store or order your part online, this is important information that you need to know. So let me explain to you. This vehicle doesn't have the dampering system, because your vehicle will have this cap on it like this, and you'll see a wire going in here. When you pull up on it, you'll see the wire and a harness going inside of here. You just disconnect that harness and pull the wire out. This vehicle does not have that. You know, don't pay these no attention. These are actually ground for the motor or certain component parts. But yes, you will have a wire going into this cap. And when you pull the cap off like this, you have a wire harness and a plug going in here. That is for your dampering system for those vehicles that have the dampering option. This vehicle does not have that. So that's important information when it comes to ordering your air shop. So now the only thing we have to do is these 3 bolts right here. Take them loose. And once you get to that last bolt, it's best to like start squatting down and holding it, or have somebody hold the shock for you, because it will fall. And you don't want to fall too much, because we still have an air line that we have to get loose up top of this. Well, it was located on the top of the shock, and I'll show you that in a minute. Matter of fact, let me show you what the factory one look like that I just purchased. When you take it off, you're gonna have something like this, and it's got an air line going into it. So okay, let me go ahead and start loosening these up. Give me a second. All right, so I'm using a 5/8. Let's see if this bad boy is strong enough right here. I might put the torque wrench on it. I might be able to use manpower too. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna take it all the way off. That's the side. I'm gonna go ahead and twist by hand. Yeah, it ain't too bad on there. See, he's already trying to drop down, so get these and put these out the way. And they also came lovely with a guiding pin. Your guiding pin is right here. It's also on your other shock, so you know which way it goes up. That's the beautiful part about it. All right, so let me loosen this one up and try to catch it from the bottom. All right. All right, you guys, let me try to catch it from the bottom because, as you can see, it's really just dangling. And it probably got a little weight to it, so give me a minute. Once it loosens up, I'm gonna try to pull it out towards this way, and move all your lines out of the way because you don't want none of your brake lines stuff to get pinks and stuff, and your sensor for your brakes. So I don't have nothing to hold my phone with, so give me a minute. Let me see if I prop it up on something. I doubt it. Let's see. Give me a second. I might be able to prop it up so you can see the struggles when I get ready to drop it down. Oh, let's see. Come on. Alright, there we go. I might be in the way now, but you can at least see what I'm talking about. I'm going to rip it with this at the bottom. And there it goes. Angle it. Goes this way. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we actually have the airline right here. So what I'm going to try to do is try to rest it on something because it's pulling that pretty tight. Let me show you. That's a 12. So let me grab my 12 and pull that because I wanted to break that line or we're going to be in a heap of trouble. So hold on. And there we go. Keep turning the 12 until it comes out. And you're good to go. So I'm going to move this bad boy out the way. I want to inspect the line. Let's make sure, because that part there is sort of kind of bothering me right here. This part right here. So let me try to get up on the magnifying glass with it and see, make sure that's not the cause of it, because what it was doing, as the vehicle would catch air on this side, and it's continuously pumping air. Continuously. But then if you jack it up, it's good, but then once you let it down, that air pressure leaks right back out. And it sounds like it's coming from up top. So that might be an issue. And if it is, it might not be nothing wrong with the shock. So give me a minute. I'm thinking that if that's the problem, it could be solved by taking this and cutting it and adding some more on or something. But yeah, let me try some stuff on this right quick first. It's really bothering me right there. Stay tuned. Okay, with the shock removed, now to put the new shock in. I put blue air in and everything, and it was holding up. I didn't feel air leaking out that hole. That still don't mean it is. If I put this back together, which I'm really gonna be upset, and it starts to leak back out, then I know what the problem is. I'm gonna take it back down, and just they got where you could cause they don't tell them run that whole complete line. They got where you can actually splice it, put a fitting on it, and then I make extra length so just in case it ever goes bad, I got extra length to play with. But that has to be an issue. And that could come from whoever if it has been replaced before, you know, they could have bent it or something, put a crease in it. But hopefully, I hope that's not the case. I'm hoping it's just leaking inside the bag somewhere at the top or something, I'm hoping. So yeah, let's just get ready to put a new one on. What we're gonna do, we're gonna grab it and we're gonna put it on I'm gonna try to guide it through the holes up here and then get a couple of bolts started and go from there with it. So give me a minute. This is the new shock right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to take this off. And I don't think I need to replace it. Put the other one on. Let's see. See, unscrew it. Let's see here. Yeah, this would be nice. But it didn't say nothing about, reinstalling this in the new hose. It didn't, but then it do make sense. Because it got a nice wash and everything on it. So let me see, because I can cut that off. And you can actually grease it up. Put a little bit of oil around it and force it up in the line. Alright, so give me a second. Let me see what I want to do. Hold on. Okay, I decided we're going to go ahead and change this out. One thing you want to remember is how much of the hose is hanging out. So you got like maybe a half an inch hanging out. So what you do to take this whole thing off, since it sent you one with it. No. Leave that alone. You pull up, that's my son out here with me, my little son. You pull up on this like that. And I'm going to take some pliers. This locks it on. And pull this off. And try to remember how this is going on there too. And then once you pull, I'm going to call it the cuff link. Once you pull that cuff link off right here at the bottom, the rest of this will slide off this hose. But just remember how much you probably need on there. Because this is a factory setting. Alright, and then what I'll probably end up doing, I'll probably end up cutting it. Because that like it might be a bubble or something. But we're going to see once I get this bad boy pulled out. Because they sent one with the new shock. So give me a second. Now that I've taken it off, it actually looks like the lines are made like that. See, it's all the way around on it. So, I don't think that's our air leak. I think that might be like a stopping point. When you put your new piece up, it's only so far up you can push it on there. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm not going to even cut this. I'm going to leave it like that because that might be a stopping point for it. Make it easier for when you have to take it off, because if you didn't, when you try to unscrew it, it'd be sliding back and all that, or sliding up when you try to tighten it up. So I believe that's a stopping point where the actual piece can't go all the way up in there. So okay, let's put the new one on. Give me a minute. So I just took the new one and I slid it all the way up and it stopped right there. So I'm gonna put the other end up in there that's gonna catch it from sliding down. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's what it is, a stopping point. And you gotta make sure your threads, the way you know you're putting this on right, let me grab it again. You make sure your threads are facing down, because that's what's gonna screw into the actual shock. All right, so give me a minute.